And welcome to All Late and Wrong, like always. This is Sean.
This is a little.
This is Ed, and let's see if this works.
This is where the fun begins.
Yes, my old soundboard kind of died, so I uploaded some stuff on what I have, and I'm excited that it works. Hot damn.
Hi.
I don't know why I love that. I just love playing that for some reason. Oh, man. We didn't record last week, right?
We did not.
All right, it's been a couple weeks.
That doesn't make a difference because there ain't shit going on in the Star Wars universe.
It really isn't, man. There's some new sideshow pieces that are coming out, but nothing like major.
Maybe next week's episode, right? With San Diego Comic-Con might have.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there'll be a bunch of stuff to talk about. A lot of collectibles, probably more than anything.
Yeah, they're already dropping some stuff that you can like pre-order online. It's funny because remember when Comic-Con at one point was like you could never get anything.
Mm-hmm.
And now it feels like you could pre-order this online. Like even Jim Bro, and I know I'm talking about not a Star Wars thing, but Jim Bro Skeletor. Pre-order it, online, but they're gonna have it at Comic-Con. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, okay, like I was worried. I'm glad I get to get them. What's up, Flex?
Yo, Flex.
But I'm wondering if there's other things out there from other companies that we might have missed. So I even sent you guys like that cool mask thing. It was glow in the dark. I was like, I'm not paying $75.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Yeah. But now you made me open up this whole new can of worms of fucking 80s toys. Now I'm in there.
Well, now I had to put an island in the middle of my room for He-Man so I could put more stuff in my room. So
Jesus. Now you made me go out and buy a bunch of Dino Bots. Now I got all the Dino Bots sitting back there now.
Were those the Blockies ones?
No. Those are the Hasbro ones.
Okay, the newer released Hasbro ones.
The 86, the Studio Series.
Yeah.
86. Cool stuff. No Star Wars stuff though.
I guess that was the question. Like, right? Like, I don't want to get into vintage Star Wars. I just think that is just such an overwhelming, and not only is it just like the cost is crazy.
Yeah.
But there are so many fakes out there that unless you've done your research, or even people are pricing things and they're like, like Vader, but it's Vader from Empire or Vader from Return, and it's like, but they're it's loose and they're pricing it like it's the first release of Vader, right? I've been looking at everything and trying to pick up on nuances, but I'm seeing people price things out of control. And is there, for somebody trying to get into collecting, like they want to collect
Star Wars?
Yes, is there something newer to get into that's I guess financially responsible but still fun? Because I was looking at what were those micro sets with the vehicles and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They were at the store and they were intriguing. They're small though, but I don't know. Is there anything out there? Am I missing something? Does anybody have outside of Black Series? But that's also like, starting Black Series now is insane. That thing's been around for a decade, and some of those figures are crazy.
Yeah. Your best bet is just really kind of start from the Kenner stuff,
Yeah, but like you said, that's just so expensive.
So I'm going to go with the 90s Kenner and the Power of the Force 2 line.
Don't do that.
Not the first one? Come on.
Not the first.
You like He-Man.
I do. It was funny because I saw
He-Man meets Star Wars.
I saw a whole bunch of those, and I'm just like, do I want chesty Han Solo? But no.
Don't do that.
But they had some good vehicles in those 90s lines, right? Like the vehicles and the play sets and stuff were good.
Yeah, I mean, you can always go vintage collection.
The 3 3/4 inch vintage collection.
You could.
That's not a bad take.
No, but it's still a heavy lift because
it is a heavy lift though. Yeah.
They just crank out so many.
There are a lot.
Well, I mean, that's why I think, Sean, you kind of stopped the Black Series, right? Is because, like, at a point, number one, they were re-releasing a bunch of stuff. It was just different packaging.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
we were all like, oh, that's cool packaging. Oh, now they're doing the vintage Kenner packaging for the 6-inch figures. Now they're doing this. And then they go back to this peg, like peg hook on this with different card art. And it became crazy.
Well, look, you can do like, you're doing like random stuff.
I am doing very random.
You can always do like random Star Wars stuff if you want to like kind of collect.
I could. I don't know why every time I'm in a vintage toy store or at a convention, I always, and it's not like I'm a big Ewok fan, but it's like I always come across that damn play set, and I'm always like, I could put this on display and throw a whole bunch of figures on top of there and just have like a little cool the Ewok, or maybe I'll just buy the Robin Hood version of it, and but
you buy like
I'm
random stuff like a van or something like that. Like
I don't want. Well, you know what? That van is pretty cool.
It's hard to find though. You don't see that thing out there.
No,
ever.
I've never seen that van.
I think I've seen a couple of them.
You can collect a punching bag. The Archer.
You know what? I would. I actually almost bought
is that the
those
Play-Doh set?
Cardboard puzzles. Yeah, maybe that's what I should do. Just go hog wild on random like branded Star Wars stuff. Like I said, like the Play-Doh set. I did just buy a Masters of the Universe Viewmaster. I'm sure I can find Viewmaster stuff for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And look at that, a toothbrush. You get a nice little toothbrush.
I think I had most of that stuff. The movie viewer was awesome because it had those cartridge tapes that you would put in, and it only had a 5 or 7 minute clip on it. But you just crank it and watch it.
The headphones are cool, man.
I bet that's expensive though.
Oh, probably.
I have this.
You know what it should have been though? The headphones should have been what's his face's Lobots.
Yeah, that would have been.
Oh, I was gonna say that book predates Lobot.
I know, but like this is
the first Star Wars, so yeah. I mean,
maybe that's because I had been looking at like oddball stuff. Like I almost bought a Yoda eraser from Empire Strikes Back. On the package, it was like in the card. The card was cool, and like you said, I've been buying
to get like the vehicles. Like you can always get a vehicle or something like that, like the original Millennium Falcon. I think you need that.
Maybe I would go with the '90s one. The original one's expensive.
Not really,
because I'd want I actually want to hang from the ceiling of Falcon and a turtle blimp.
It could get pricey if you find one that's not yellowed out and is complete.
It can, yeah. And I all the stuff I'm buying, I'm trying to buy complete as possible. I mean, there's a few things that I didn't, that I just bought kind of like stuff that I said I could just eventually find the pieces to, but some of the pieces are so hard, especially on the Falcon. Falcon's got just stuff you can never find.
Thinking of vintage Falcon, that was always my biggest, and still to this day, just thinking about it irritates me. My biggest gripe with Stranger Things season 1. I mean, you're doing this show that you're going to try and tell us that it's taking place in the 80s, and he has the Millennium Falcon and 11 levitates it. It was the 90s version. Pissed me off. Still makes me angry. Like, come on. If you wanted to borrow one, just ask me. You could have borrowed mine. Damn it. The little things.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was just curious, and if anybody in there in the comments section has an idea, I have been buying oddities lately, like that He-Man stamp set, which is still awesome. Oh, I got I know this is not the show, but I got my pennant framed, and it looks pretty awesome.
Nice.
If you guys want to see it, I'll show it real quick. It's like the frame looks cool, like with the.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's a nice way to display it.
Very nice. Yeah, that's perfect.
I wonder if they had did Star Wars ever do an Ice Capades? Because then I can get that pennant.
I don't know. I have no idea. Did they?
Luke on skates?
I don't know. I see. The thing is that there's a spoof one that and I'm trying to remember if there was actually something like that.
Ooh, what if they did a pennant for that? What is that sexy show with Star Wars that's called
the Empire Strips Back or something?
Something like that. Maybe they do a pennant for those.
Burlesque show?
The burlesque show. There you go. That's what I was trying.
Yeah. It's actually playing in Vegas. I've got a buddy who's out there. I'm like, if we were there.
Guess I'd go to Vegas.
So what kind of collectibles did you find for the show this week, Sean?
Oh, you don't got no news?
Oh, I do, but one of them's a big talking point, so it's at the very end. So I figure we save that for the last piece.
Well, I got to play your news segment, right? Well, Ed, I know you're a big Revan fan, and Sideshow is dropping a new Revan statue, premium format and collectible version. Really nice piece though. This one does not light up. This is the smaller version, which is 18 inches. The premium format one is 23.
Nice.
It looks nice.
I mean, especially if you like the character, but you can't. I mean, because once you get in that 2 feet range, man, like those things are so heavy. Yeah. It's not even just the height; it's the width.
Oops.
Well, that's all right. I doubt Sideshow's gonna. But I mean, I guess I could be wrong. Oh, the sabers light up.
On the
premium format. Okay.
Yes. It's a nice piece. Really nice.
I like that they give you the option for the smaller version.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too.
Alternate scales. I like that.
Yeah. It's going to cost you, the collector's version is $680. The premium format version is $1,020.
Oh my God.
That light effect, dude. They're getting you now.
I know, believe me. Like Doc Ock is $880.
Yep. Well, that's not too bad though. $1,000.
He's 29 inches.
When you're getting over $1,000, man, you're just like, oof.
And that doesn't include shipping, because Sideshow charges you a whole hell of a lot for shipping.
They sure the hell do. Another thing that's coming out is, this is a cool one.
2 figures in one awesome.
This is the premium format.
The 3PO Chewbacca
with C3PO.
Nice.
Really cool. I feel like I already have it though, so I don't really need it. I don't like the base on this one either. The base on this one is like just plain white. It's Cloud City, floor, but I don't like it. I'm okay with it. I don't need it that badly. I like my Chewbacca that I have. I'm fine with that one. And he has the bowcaster.
But does he have a busted up 3PO behind him?
I actually do have a busted up 3PO behind him, actually. Okay. I actually made one out of a toy that they had that was actually a bigger size, and I put the bag on the back and I put C3PO on the back of him.
All right.
Yeah. Works for me. I'm fine. I'm complete with it. It doesn't bother me. You wouldn't see it anyway unless you had a turnaround base or some shit. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of these statues now too. Like, who's got a bunch of lazy Susans running around in their statue room where you can just spin around a statue?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I saw this and not only the Rancor, but the whatchamacallit? Oh my God. Yeah, Snow creature. Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Wampa.
Thank you.
Yeah, Wampa version. I just had it 2 seconds ago. I don't know where the hell it went to.
How much were those?
Those
are like 8 inches.
Yeah, they're it's not even available yet.
And they're vinyl.
Yeah. They're like vinyl ones. Damn, they were right here 2 seconds ago. I don't know what happened.
I showed Jenny because she loves Wampa.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, she's got a bedtime plush pillow of a Wampa. Sleeps with
Yeah, there's no it's not. See if I can find the coming soon versions of it. Oh no, it's not. Oh, there. Here's the. They don't show the Wampa though.
How much is the Rancor?
Oh,
Oh, right there. There's Wampa.
Yeah, no price though.
Do they have the Rancor have a price?
No, neither one. It's an RSVP, so it's not even available yet. They'll probably have it at
Well, they're 8 inches, so I was wondering if it's going to be like 200, 150, because we
maybe.
those
They're
those,
vinyl. I would say
150
150 at best.
It's 150. I'd probably end up buying the Wampa for Jenny. So.
Oh, okay. And then they're coming out with a 6-scale Maul, which I haven't seen yet. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what after Comic-Con, there'll be way more stuff to talk about.
Well, and then they'll have D20, and then they'll have D23. So if they hold anything back, to save it for that. So
yeah, that was pretty much it on that front. There was not really much other Star Wars things. We'll see everything this week. Hasbro will have everything.
Yeah, the only thing that Hasbro I saw that they, I guess, dropped ahead of time was the Black Series 2-pack Clone Troopers with, what's it, Dogma, and who's the other one that's with it? Hard Case.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I've seen. So.
Yeah, there's, like you said, that we're going to get a ton in the next week or two. Everything will be dropping.
Hopefully, I'd like to see more items or updated items or re-release items, so I could get a few.
There's some pictures of the EFX booth actually at Comic-Con. You can check those out on Facebook. They are coming out with a studio scale Imperial Shuttle.
Oh my goodness.
That is humongous. That's going to cost you about $25,000.
The Land shuttle.
Maybe 2,500. I'll say 2,500.
I was going to say 25,000.
I know I said 25,000. 2,500 at best.
Okay.
No, that's probably sound about right.
Is that Maul's
Speeder? Yep.
Yeah.
Maul's Speeder.
Is that a prototype, or is that, why is it white?
It's a prototype.
Okay.
Yeah. It says prototype on the bottom.
I couldn't see it. I need to get my glasses. Hold on.
Darth Maul Shadow Lord lightsaber.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Looks like a silver penis, but hey.
That is already released.
Still very cool.
Vader's reveal lightsaber, which is already released. This was already released.
Yeah.
The helmet. Didn't get it. Upset with myself. This is actually available for pre-order.
That's
High Interceptor.
Yeah, I don't need that. I'm fine. It looks nice though. It does look really good.
It does. Like, if anything that I've seen right now, that would be the one thing I would want to get.
Yeah, that will cost you about $800 down.
So if it's $800 down, I'm guessing you're in the $16 range.
Let me
half
see.
and half.
Unavailable is actually sold out. Actually,
Huh.
They want $1,700 for it.
$1,700. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little high. Ed was right on the money.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all. It's at the EFX booth this at San Diego Comic-Con. Maybe they'll release some other new stuff. I know that they'll do a high-end collectibles show, and they'll talk about all the Sideshow, Iron Studios, Regal Robot, EFX, and maybe somebody else. So I'll definitely have news from that one for next week.
Awesome.
That
Yeah,
is
cool. We'll have a lot of toys, I guarantee, for next week just to show off.
Absolutely. That's it. That's all I got. Ed, what you got?
All right. In regular news,
I saw this.
yes,
Ridiculous.
Screen News prop of Luke Skywalker's severed hand from Empire Strikes Back, sold at auction for $3.75 million. Insane.
People just have stupid money.
Yes. But again, this goes back to what I've said. If you could find a way to put together to purchase this, you could sit on it for a year, maybe 2.
And it'll go up.
And then resell it for another $1 million or 2 more. Without question.
That's what most of these people do. Like when you get into this price range, people aren't putting it in their own collection unless they are building out a museum. Like the Rancho Obi-Wan folks or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Individual collectors, they aren't. Nobody's holding on to this until their grave. This is an investment, and this is why collecting has gone crazy.
Crazy money. As we can see, when we initially put this together, it was for last week, which was I didn't actually mean to do that. I was trying to expand it on my screen so I could read it. But the digital release actually came yesterday. And then we have until August 25th, which is when the 4K Blu-ray for Mandalorian and Grogu. They still haven't given us a date yet for Disney Plus, but I would imagine it would probably be not too long after the Blu-ray release.
Yeah, I would guess sometime in September.
So
yeah.
At D23, they're going to have a special screening of the Lego Star Wars Mandalorian that's coming to Disney Plus on September 2nd. I know I'll be watching it because I really do tend to enjoy these Lego Star Wars. They're just fun.
Sean hates all Lego.
I'll be curious to see what they do and what kind of fun they have with it. So Lucas's new LA museum tickets have gone on sale, and it did cause a bit of a queue. I think they said people were waiting in the online queue roughly around 4.5 hours. But the only thing is it doesn't make any sense because tickets are still available. It was just the initial rush. This museum opens on September 22nd, and the cost is $25 for adults for admission. They are timed. So I know the initial buzz will die out by the time that we are in Los Angeles, but because all the Star Wars fans are in town, it'll be right back to the roof again.
Yeah. There'll be a line out down the street with all our Star Wars nerds there at the same time.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it is a very cool looking museum, which kind of leads me into the interview that Lucas did with A Rabbit's Foot. As far as it relating to his museum, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. So we know that this kind of started off and is primarily Lucas's personal collection that he has put to the museum and has other things now that have been acquired for it. We know how particular he is with things. Now that the construction's done and all of the pieces are in place and they're preparing for the opening, apparently they have, I think, 2 curators have either left kind of on their own, like that they couldn't do it. Now, some of the things that I've read is that, that's one of the struggles when you have someone like him who this is his baby. He has a vision for how he wants this display, how this museum to come across. And, when you have these curators, their job is to kind of create the show, create the story that the museum represents. So as far as I'm aware, Lucas is actually acting as the current curator for the museum.
I mean, I get it. He seems like a guy who can't let go of things. So,
yeah.
I'm still disappointed that he didn't make it like a full scale Star Destroyer instead of this thing.
I mean, I know that there's going to be a good portion of this that will have a lot to do with Star Wars, but his collection goes all over the place, different countries, different cultures. So I think that's a big part of the reason why it looks the way that it looks.
I know, but still, I mean,
oh, I know.
The first sentence when the man passes is creator of Star Wars, right? Like that is what he will be known for forever. And should have been a giant Star Destroyer.
Agreed.
Now, the other things that came out of this article, the one that really sparked a lot of conversation, and I have some of the quotes that he has up here, and he says that I don't like focus groups. The audience doesn't know what they want to see. Now in today's environment, now it's all about what the fans think, and that's not how you make a movie. He says you make a movie by finding someone that knows how to make movies, that has a story to tell, and is passionate about it. Do you agree with the basis of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of everyone getting mad that the movie is not what they wanted. And then all you hear is negative things, and it's like anything that comes out for anything. And I'm not just talking Star Wars, anything pop culture, horror, superhero, anything. If it doesn't fit this, if it doesn't fit that box, I don't, it's the worst thing. It's ruined my childhood. And it's like, no, didn't do anything like that. This is a story that they're telling.
Well, I think you're going to get that no matter what. I'm looking at it as, and we've seen this, and it's happened with quite a few of the movies that we've watched over the last handful of years. And you hear the stories about how, they made the movie. And I think even maybe Supergirl kind of got caught up in this. They make the movie, they go and do a test screening, and they get these comments, and then they rush back and they start tinkering and changing things. And they, in some cases, change a big part of the movie based on those initial reviews or comments in those focus groups. Is that the right thing to do? Are they trying to course correct because it's that bad, or should they just let it ride?
Do you think it's the focus groups, or do you think, because they've been doing test screening for movies, it feels like since the dawn of time. So like, I don't know if I agree with like that it's just the test screening audience that they're going and changing everything. I think the test screening audience shows them that if their movie's coherent, right? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if I would. I think a lot of times, to me, it's more social media. It's more social media panic when people start freaking out about things. They see a trailer, they see a costume, and then they start going nuts about the look. And that's when, I mean, sometimes it works, right? Like, I think it worked with Sonic the Hedgehog. But most of the time, it kind of doesn't. Most of the time, because then it gets convoluted. Because then it's like, who, unless there's a united front, which is there ever in geekdom a united front about something? No. So I think that's the problem.
And I can't help it, but since it's a Star Wars show, I'm thinking in my head of the line from the original movie when it's like, there's no time to discuss this with a committee. I am not a committee. So kind of the same thing. You don't need to crowdsource everything.
Agreed.
On the flip side of that, though, is I think that, sometimes when these movie studios go out and they're looking for individuals to make these big franchise, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, DC, the person making the movie needs to be at least some level of a fan. I get it.
I totally agree with that.
You have these directors who are very good at the craft of making movies, but they have no idea what the content is all about that they're making. And you need to at least have someone in that mix that knows the content.
So let me ask you this.
Then it ruins it for us.
Let me ask you this, though. Do you think a director can be handed an IP that maybe is not a fan at that moment, but can become a fan? Because we've seen it with actors, right? Like we've seen, and I'll give a perfect example. I know I'm going back to the Marvel. Well, if Steve was here, it's always about Marvel. But John Bernthal just did an interview during the Odyssey stuff with Tom Holland, And he was talking about he didn't know who the Punisher was when Tom Holland told him he needed to, because they sent in their tapes together because they were on a picture together before Spider-Man and before Punisher were cast. And Tom sold him on the Punisher, and then he read the Punisher books and fell in love with the Punisher. And now, I think he's done a good job with the Punisher. Do you think a director, if they're dedicated, can do that?
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's different because an actor, you have a very particular role in a character. It's a much easier, not that it's overall easy, but it's a much easier task to kind of read in on an individual and their backstory and something like that. If you're taking a director and you're looking at a universe or something a much bigger scale, Star Wars is huge within the galaxy. But even if you're doing like Batman, to have a director who doesn't know Batman, even if they're a great director, to go, hey, here's this property and I want you to make this. I think sometimes that's where we get in trouble because they start putting their creative spin to it, not realizing that's not the universe you're in. I think Rian Johnson was the perfect example of that in Star Wars.
I thought he alleged he was a fan.
Well, he did not follow anything within the galaxy when he went and made it. He went completely rogue and made his own thing, which was, I think, the biggest problem we have is it doesn't fit. It doesn't even feel like Star Wars. So it's threading the needle.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting how, and I do have a piece where they tie together. The other part that kind of really sparked things up was George Lucas's take on artificial intelligence. Now, he looks at it and says, artificial intelligence means it's much easier for us to make movies. And he looks at a lot of the pushback. And again, his quote is, well, I believe the horse and buggy were really where it's at. These cars, they break down, they need gas. There's all kinds of problems with them. And pretty soon they're going to be making them into tanks and then they'll be killing people. It's terrible. His point is there's nothing you can do about it. The technology is here. Embrace it. Use it for what it is to continue making your story better. But to rebel against it, it's not going to go backwards. Sure. We've already crossed that Rubicon.
But we've already lived this in a sense, right? Like I go back to CG hitting the 90s, right? Everybody was mad. They're like, well, what about all the puppeteers? What about all the claymation? What about all that? I remember hearing all about that, especially when there was the early CG that didn't look that great, right? And then Jurassic Park hits and it's like, oh, this is how it's intended. This is what it's meant for, right? I think the same thing is going to happen with AI with enhancement. The problem is when you lose the creative piece of it, right? Because there's always needs to be the creative human element to have it work. If you just type in a thing and have AI spit whatever out and that's what you're going to sell, that's where you lose it. I think Lucas is right. You use it,
you'll get some of that.
It's a tool, right? You're gonna get that crap. We know that.
It'll have to get fleshed out.
But I think if you use it as a tool to enhance, it helps the creatives, it helps the technicians, it helps all the support in a movie to enhance it and make it a better experience for the audience. Then it's good.
Now I know one of the concerns, because outside of Star Wars and all of the geek stuff, I listen to a lot of various things, and kind of where these two things combine, which I think will be interesting and in some ways scary. And I see it in advertising because with my businesses, I'm always looking to find ways to advertise to reach people. When you have this cross between what we were talking about before, as far as, the focus groups and it having to be, everybody wants their movie. They want what's in their head. Artificial intelligence can actually start to bring you closer to that because, you're starting to get to where the AI is customizing your content for you. So at what point is there the threat of, Star Wars puts out some online thing, but the AI, through however we're watching it in 10, 20 years, knows what you want, and it has the ability to tweak that story so that it's customized. Everybody has their own thing.
If we get to that point, you know how many server farms are going to be all around this country? Like we'll be living in the sky at that point. Like,
well, the problem now that they're having with AI is the credits. Is that people keep buying credits, and companies are buying so many credits, and it's not worth the amount of money that they're spending on credits. So either AI is going to have to stop using credits at some point, but then how do the companies make money? So like they're making money off of credits. Like literally they are. They're taking all these companies and they're forming this thing, and the credits for the AI cost money. They're costing companies millions of dollars. So that's the problem that we're actually coming into focus with right now, is the credits that are using for AI. So I don't know.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I don't know if I had. Where's my? The only other thing that I had, and we had talked about it before in its release, is that the Power Washer 2 Star Wars edition is officially out, and I have been playing it tonight. So this is actually me right now. I'm currently in the Lars homestead. I've got about 58% of the place cleaned up.
You missed out a lot. Look at all that mold up there. Get that out of there.
Oh, yeah. No, this whole room needs to be done.
Show people how you're cleaning it. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
You're professional at this. Look at that.
Look at that. So fun.
Yeah.
For Ed, it is. Like he was sitting there doing it before we were recording show before he got on. He was just sitting there just cleaning away.
So yep, I got the main dining area all done in the ceiling. I got to work my way in the kitchen. Look at this. Aunt Brew is horrible. Look at all this blue milk everywhere.
I was gonna say, is that blue milk or
Yeah. The only thing that I wish we could do is go outside of the Lars homestead and clean up the dead bodies. But
I told you that's what you need to do. Where are the burning corpses? You got to clean them.
They're up there somewhere. The other sense of irony as I was doing this, I'm thinking, I'm on a desert planet where these people farm moisture, because there's none here. You know how much water I have wasted?
Well, that's why everything's so dirty. That's why you're the professional, and everything's so dirty because they're not going to waste the water.
So yeah, it's crazy because it's almost like work, but it is a lot of fun, and the fact that it's Star Wars.
I am so glad you're enjoying that.
Yeah, and it's weird because I guess you have to finish different areas to unlock. Like this is the only thing that's open right now, is the Lars homestead, which is even more encouragement for me to go through and completely finish cleaning this tonight. So I see what's next.
Wait till you have to clean Jabba's place. Oof.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Slime will be there, and dead prostitutes and whatever else Jabba has in his pits.
How many boards is in that game?
I have no idea. Like I said, this is the only one that's unlocked in the beginning.
Oh,
I'm assuming I just downloaded it, so I didn't read up on it at all. I'll be curious to see what else I can do. I know I've seen that there are AT-ATs, so I'm excited to power wash a couple of them.
That's cool.
Yeah. Stupidest game in the world, but it's so much fun.
Hey, whatever works. All right, fellas. That is it for tonight. Ain't got much else to talk about. Next week, we'll have a lot more from San Diego Comic-Con, so we'll see how that goes.
Yes, indeed. And then, as always, if anybody's looking for anything in particular, either characters or ships or situations, let me know. I'm always looking to do some research.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is a night for us, short night. But at least we got some stuff to talk about. But hey, let's get out of here. This is Sean.
This is Will.
And this is Ed.
May the force be with you.
Always.
Okay.